Hey Saji, this is Donatella, Empress of Swords. Welcome to your May 2019 readings. My name is Donatella, and I just want to welcome you to my channel. Before we start, I just want to remind you guys, there was two Libra moons that just ended up happening back to back. It happened in March, and it happened in April. And what that means to you is that justice is prevailing. So whatever has been happening to you, whether your rights are being right and or your wrongs are becoming wrong, whatever that means to you, it seems as if the veil is being lifted. It feels like as if um, spirituality has really been hitting home. And if you guys ever noticed, if you guys have noticed, I've had actually an 8-month gap before I was doing readings again. Uh, Um, it's been a very hard 8 months for all of us, honestly. Even as an empath, it's been very hard. There were 6 retrogrades at the same time last summer, and what that means to you is basically 6 planets at the same time. At the same time, we're going backwards, and they were reanalyzing, meaning each one of these planets were representing some sign for you, whether if it was communication, whether it was your stability, whether it was anything in your life. Everything was being tested, everything was being judged, and especially around like August of 2017. That was like when everything just started. It was like the whole change of something brand new. And ever since then, it's like things have been very revealing to you. And right now, Jupiter is still in Sagittarius. That is the planet of luck and expansion. And sometime during this time, it is going backwards. So you need to check on the dates and the time frame for that to see when it's going backwards. But during this time that Jupiter is in your vicinity right now, it is your own planet. You are at home. You are starting to see your power of how much you can manifest in your life. How when you say things, they actually do come true. Even whether it's for yourself or whether it's for others, you're starting to realize that you are a manifester. You make things happen. When it comes to what you say, you make it come alive. You're starting to realize the power that you have, Sagittarius. And that is what May is all about for you. Is realizing what you are absolutely capable of. All right. Now, let me get started. There is someone that is rushing towards you. This could be a person that has a fire sign. It's the Knight of Wands. It's a beginning of something. It could be like a beginning of a relationship. This person really wants to push in. They're very passionate. They're very driven. They could be a water sign, or it could be you that's wanting to head your way towards someone. This person could be honestly a fire sign. They could be a Sagittarius. They could be a Leo. They could be an Aries. It could be yourself. But it's you wanting to rush up and approach someone. What's preventing it is either a third party. So either this person has another person in their life, or there's too many celebrations that are in the way, or there's too many friends that are in the way of whatever this passion is for you to commit to. So it could be that they have another person, like another spouse, or another anything like family members. Somebody's in the way, or there's a celebration that's in like a third party situation. It involves with something with emotion and other people involved. That's what that card means. On your frontal mind, on your focus, is that there's lots of heavy burdens on your mind. There's just so much that you just feel like your back is almost breaking, and you don't know how much more burdens you can take, because there's a lot of stress that's coming with this. In the distant past, you were trying to use your intuition. You were trying to think about everything that was happening. You were really close to your intuition. And I feel like in the recent past, you've been trying to be very strong about what you've been thinking and feeling. And I feel like you're kind of teetering between your intuition. I feel like you've kind of been trying to have the faith, but it was kind of hard, but you've been very successful at trying to be as strong as you could be. Uh, Now, Saji, I don't know if you're dealing with a earth sign. You could be dealing with an earth sign. It could be a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. It's more of a feminine energy. So even if it's a male, you can have more dominance towards it, possibly, or maybe they could be like a softer, sweeter energy that's not so very dominant. It's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So what that means is in the near future, this person could be possibly upset, or maybe you are distant with them, but they're kind of down because their finances are down, and when their finances are down, it really affects them. That's what I'm seeing here. I see you having to be generous towards someone because there's some kind of unhappiness when it comes to your home stability life, and I feel like as many crumbles as you can get, you're gonna try to either they're gonna try to provide for you or you're gonna try to provide, but it's I feel like it's whatever you can do or whatever they could do, they're just trying to help you to be happy because they know that you don't have a happy home life or something like that. Or you're trying to make someone happy because they don't have a happy home life. But whatever it is, someone has more and they're giving the other person like little crumbles. But that little crumble that you're receiving, you're acting like it's so generous. I don't know if that's the case for you or for the other person, but that's how one of these people are feeling. And it could be because the home situation is not that happy. There are two people that you were dealing with, and you don't want to deal with both of those people. There's two people that have been dishonest in your life. You've been finding out that they're very secretive, that they're manipulative, that they're not as honest as you thought that they were. They're not as friendly as you thought that they were. But there's two people that you're finding out that they're both they were both out for themselves. It's like, but you kind of feel like you got away with it too. It's like you're getting away from this scenario where you're like, oh, thank God I just dodged this bullet because these two crazies, I don't even want to deal with them, kind of thing. Maybe there was two people that had a similar story that you were trying to get rid of, or it's just two headaches that you're just like, thank goodness, like I'm just not even having to deal with this. And it had to do with these two people. They don't give you some kind of stability. They make you very anxious. They make you feel like it's impossible to have a happy home life. Because you really imagined it like to be very successful. You imagined it to be very fulfilling. And I see that at the end of this month, you're still at the hangman position. You're still having a hard time deciding between what you want to do between these decisions. Saji, I feel like you don't want to move because you're kind of scared with the outcome of the way that things are happening. But I feel like maybe possibly if you give it a deadline, like if you give a person a deadline, like, hey, if this is not fixed by a certain date, then I need to move on to this other project. You might have a better outcome that way. Because I feel like the final decision that you need to make is upping your own independent finances, whatever that means to you. The best advice that I could give you is whatever it takes for you to make your finances the best as possible. Whether you're with someone or not, the best thing that you could do is make yourself financially stable at this point. Because even if you're in the decision stage, you're not supposed to make a decision in haste. You're supposed to make the best decision for yourself. But I feel like you'll be okay as long as you can make a plan where you can be independent for yourself and the people that care about you. that's where I feel like you will be succeeding the most. I know that you're in a little bit of a stuck position. I know that there's some decisions that you have to make right now. There's some thoughts that you have. There's some things that you want to do. But you really need to truly focus on your finances right now, Seji. That is where you're going to really, really succeed. As long as you can get through that, I feel like there's a little bit of a journey of 3 more months. I don't know why I want to say 3 more months, but I feel like there's 3 more months that you're going to understand. If you were supposed to give someone a deadline, or you were supposed to think about something, I feel like 3 more months, you'll probably be able to make a better decision. 3 to 6 months, at least 3 months, but no more than 6 months. You'll probably make a better decision by then. But I feel like milk even has an expiration date. So if you want this milk to stay sweet, it always has to stay new. It always has to be renewed. It always has to be always flowing. It always has to be the cup of love running over for you. So if you want it to be like that sweet milk, you have to make sure that you don't go over the expiration date, and whether that's renewing your vows, renewing your love, being sweet to each other, having a date night, keeping up with birthdays, keeping up with celebrations, keeping up with family events, doing things for their family, them doing things for your family, whatever the case may be, but just that equal give and take and that receptivity, but making sure that you can actually provide for yourself first is the most thing that you could do right now for everybody, honestly. And that is just making sure that you can succeed so your cup can run over. Okay, Saji, that is your reading for May. I know it's going to be a little bit of a work. You're going to be thinking a lot this month. You're going to be really thinking a lot this month. There's a lot of things that you want to do. There's a lot of things that you've been wanting to do. I will keep in touch with you again. I want to follow up with you guys next month. So please like, share, and subscribe. Please let me know what is going on. I know you guys are going through a period of your life where you guys are really spiritually heavily tested right now. I can really feel it in the energy right now. And I know that possibly there could have been some times that maybe that there were some life and death scenarios that you guys have been in, that you've been kind of like saved from. So I know you're trying to make the best decision for yourself. I know you're trying to do the best thing for your family right now. But honestly, Saji, the best thing that you could do right now is being the best financial provider that you can for yourself and your family, and being strong from there, and then putting yourself, like, put a time limit, like like an alarm clock. Like, if it doesn't happen, then you can move on to the next client, the next customer, the next whatever it is in your life. But you have to schedule it, because it's not going. You gotta choose when to pick the fruit, and if the fruit is gonna get rotten, you don't want to leave it there. If you know what I mean. Okay, guys, I love you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great one.